Hungary and Poland tend to get all the attention when speaking about the rights of the LGBT community in Europe. But they're not the only countries where question marks remain. According to the European LGBT Association ILGA, in the past few years, LGBT rights haven't necessarily improved, especially in relation to trans people.
It's not only, the countries where you have governments that deliberately attack LGBTI rights, but it's more, it's quite often seen in countries where they think that they've done everything, like we've done so much for LGBTI rights, we're going to now move on to something else. But often actually what's happening is a lot of protections on the ground of sexual orientation, but not so much, or if any, on the grounds of gender identity or sex characteristics. And that's why it's quite a mixed picture in Europe, actually, instead of, that false binary between West and East.
ILGA Europe says that at least 15 European countries are currently working on related legislation. In Italy, a bill that wants to add crimes against the LGBT community to the list of hate crimes is receiving fierce opposition from the church and right-wing parties. In Spain, a country that tends to be open in terms of LGBT rights, a new law related to trans people is also facing strong resistance. Podemos, the leftist party promoting it, says it's a giant leap for the rights of trans people.
In Spain, today a 2-year hormone treatment is necessary so that trans people can change their sex. And with this law, what we'd be doing is that only the will of the person to change their sex is necessary, and then they could declare it before the civil registry. And within 3 months, they could change their sex and, of course, their name. And we believe that this is a very important advance that's in line with what has been said by both different European bodies and at the international level, the principles of ILGA Carta or even the WHO.
But the Spanish right say they are concerned that people can just change their gender from one day to the next.
It seems that within a process of 4 months, one can decide their gender. Therefore, it's what they have called gender self-determination. And in a period of 4 months, one can change gender without the intervention of doctors, the medical sector, without intervention, in fact, of anybody.
For now, the focus will likely remain on Hungary and Poland, who are consistent in their approach to LGBT rights. But that doesn't mean that other European countries are shining examples of how things should be. Improvement is needed in most places. Christopher Pitchers, Euronews, Brussels.